Hey y'all, welcome to Cardinal Lawn Life this morning. Welcome to the office. I've been up since freaking uh 6:40. I don't get off the clock until 7:30, so whoever wants to join in, they're more than welcome to. This is all about landscaping. I'm going to be filling out some business cards and putting them into my binder here. So whoever wants to hop in to the live chat and talk to me, that's all good. This goes all to people all around the world. Not today or tomorrow, but Thursday is my birthday. So whoever, I might be back on here tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but on my birthday, Thursday. So um, whoever wants to get on Thursday and tell me happy birthday, they're more than welcome to get on and spoil it all up. But I am live this morning. I'm going to do some business cards. But Thursday will be my birthday, so whoever wants to come on here and spoil it, they're more than welcome to, because I will be on here. Big 24-year-old. I was outside and it's pretty cold out. You want to make sure you got good handwriting. You don't want it all sloppy. You want to make sure people can read it. What's going on, Chris? I'm working right now. It's been a good day. And that's just the main majority here is when you're doing this, you want to make sure that everything's good and that your handwriting is not sloppy. On the top, I pretty much, for Cardinal, did a B. I totally messed up. I did a B for Cardinal. And the bottom one is better. I did a D for Cardinal. So it happens when you don't pay attention. It is still early. And I got all day to get my life straight. And again, I've been up since 6:40. And I don't get off the clock until 7:30, so it's just all good. Here I am in my office doing business cards, getting them out there, so you got to do what you got to do when you're in your office. So I do have all day to get my life straight, and right now it's not working out very well. So you know what? I got to get me a little drinky drink or something, which is right here on my desk, and all of you know what it is. So, and again, I got all day to get this life straight. And I gave out a business card, or not a business card, but a bungee cord just a few minutes ago before I went live. The guy goes, "Why do you wear your sunglasses upside down like that?" I said, "It's boss man style." He said, "Boss man style, get on out of here." So here I am right now, just doing what I gotta do to get out of here. You just want to do what you gotta do, all right? To whatever you gotta do whatever makes you money. Okay. I learned that saying from my friend Christopher Urage. And he's gonna say, "Oh, don't put my name out here or out there." But he actually taught me some stuff. So shout outs go to him. Uh he's good at his math. He tells me how many hours I might be working. Well, so but I'm working from 6:40 today to about 7:30. So it's what it is what it needs to be here. And I got scissors right here on my bed that I cut these out with and stick them in a binder, and I just get out and go with it. Excuse me, that was kind of rude, but uh yeah, you just want to make sure you got good handwriting and it's not sloppy. You just want to make sure people can read it. Um Chris said get to work, or get to work, boy, but I am working. Here I am sitting in my office doing what I got to do. And I'm going to get out there later today, hopefully before noon, maybe 3 o'clock, and try to hand these flyers out. It just all depends on what I'm going to be doing or what's going to get through. And I'm not cutting no videos short today. I'm going to go as live. I'm going to go as long as possible on this live today, just because Thursday is going to be my birthday, and I need to make this. I need to expand these YouTube lives to where they're ongoing. So maybe later I might go outside, dance a little bit, put my Bluetooth earbuds in, go dance a little bit, do a lawn care dance, um, or I could just continue recording myself and putting the Bluetooth speakers in my ears and just listen to music until 7:30. I don't know. God only tells the hours. Um, I can tell you, to be quite honest, we need some rain. That's going to help the grass grow. As of right now, here I sit in my office because there's nothing growing. Everything's dead. I had a customer yesterday tell me, "Oh, can you work?" I'm like, "Sure." And he calls me back and says, "Oh, I got a neighbor kid going to do it. He'll be here tomorrow about noon after my maintenance guy leaves and brings me a breaker box." I said, "All right, wish him the best luck. Maybe he knows what he's doing. Maybe don't. But have a good day." So I took him off the schedule for today. Never heard him. I didn't hear no words or anything from him. So hopefully, the yard comes out great this evening. I was going to be there about in between 9:30 and 10:30. Maybe like get there right at 10, but the guy calls me yesterday and says, "Forget it. I got a neighbor kid to do it." I'm not mad about it. There's more jobs out there that I can actually do. But you just got to get the word of mouth out there. Knock on doors or leave the flyers on the windshield of the car, and maybe the customers will get it and call you. But the best part of it is you're going to be doing the business that you want. You're going to be doing the business that you need. You know, it's about your company name. You need There's all kinds of stuff. But the word of mouth is the best thing to do. You don't have to advertise nothing. Word of mouth is going to be the best bet. But still give flyers out. There you go. But you don't have to advertise. I do that sometimes. That's why I wear my hat outside, so that way if people want me, they can look at the number on the hat, even though it's kind of small, as you guys can look at it. But other than that, at least I got to worry about what I got to worry about. Getting work done, getting the jobs that I got to do here done. There's no telling what and it's supposed to warm up today and it's supposed to be a lot nicer tomorrow is what I'm hearing. I don't know, but I got to go to a customer's yard tomorrow. I got to go pick up the yard before mowing season. So you guys can give me much, luck as possible to get this yard cleaned up. She's got some I can say the client actually has some moss and branches and stuff that I got to go pick up tomorrow before mowing season, so I'm not crunching them up or mulching them up. So, and she's got some leaves in the area, but they'll get mulched up with the lawnmower, so it doesn't have to matter. Um, but it's the best bet. The word of mouth. The word of mouth will get you to where you actually need to be in life. Now, me, I've done this for however long now. And when you quit a job, your time starts over. So you just got to think about that. But I'm going to get back to doing these. I'm going to be a little quiet here while I'm doing these flyers, but in between, I can talk. So totally just messed up again. I gotta get my life straight. Definitely gotta get it straightened out too. At least that one right here was a practice one. Throw it there. We'll start over. When you work for a living and stuff, you got to make sure you're doing the right things. And I just did my first business card on a piece of paper and just ruined everything. I got to get my life straight here. It's what happens when you get up at like freaking 6:40, having to do what you got to do here in the office. You got to do it from 7:30. So, you got to do what you got to do, and I got to get my life straight. Even though I do have a hot dog sitting over there on a paper plate. So I'm about to go get it and eat my breakfast. And I heated it up today. Normally I eat them cold. I don't even bother heating them up because it's so good for you. So once I get this done, I'll be taking writing and eating my breakfast. Because I've not ate first meal. Oh, all right, got my first meal right here. Mm. My first meal of the morning. Eating a hot dog for breakfast. Mm. That's what you gotta do. Eat. That's how you do stuff right there. Kind of wish YouTube would let you play some music, but you get copyrighted. So you can't have no music in the background. It's just a one progress there. You know, you just can't. You just gotta do what you gotta do to copy. You know, to keep yourself from getting copyrighted. so you, so you gotta do what you gotta do to keep yourself from getting copyrighted. But they are very, very strict on stuff. That's the same with YouTube or Facebook. You got to watch what you post because then if you post something that you're not supposed to, that you go to Facebook jail. It's just, and then if you post something on here that you're not supposed to, you go to YouTube jail. So it's like, and then you got to watch what you say on a PlayStation because then you can go to PlayStation jail. It's just like, what's going on with this world? You know, it's just it's just weird on how things on the internet can work out. I had a little bit of a hiccup there. I got my ego battery for the edger right here on a battery charger, but it's not plugged into the wall because keep it plugged in all the time, eventually it'll lose its juice, or it'll thicken up the juice or something in there, and it won't last as long. So it's just something you got to look out for right there, especially if you don't know what you're charging on a yard. But you want to make sure it's a fair price, making sure it's affordable for the people, and you just don't want to charge too cheap, because if you charge too cheap, it's just like, yo, you're not going to be able to get a yard around here that cheap, so you gotta work them. That's the main thing. You got to work these yards, walk them, price the right amount. It's just for something that you're charging. You don't want to charge too low. So, and I can tell you, I'm ready for summer. I'm ready. I'm tired of this cold. This cold can go somewhere else, man. I'm ready for the brutal summer, man. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to go cut some grass, cut some weeds. I'm ready, man. I am ready. Bring it in. The only thing I'm not ready for, snow removing. Because that's not in this business. I would much rather stick to what I'm doing now than go and remove snow for the people that have to drive in the snow. That's no. So what I do now is what I love to do. I'm not gonna go and no. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen, buddy. I'm just gonna tell you that. Making sure you're charging a fair price and doing it for a fair, but you don't want to do nothing for free. Free is just not. You got to think about how you're going to get some gas instead of your gas operated stuff. But I guess if you were running battery operated all day long, you could do it for free. But if it's gas operated, you're going to want to at least make some money, so you can buy your gas and stuff that you may need for the job sites. Me and my uncle played GTA last night, and he's like, "Well, I'll be right back." And I guess he come back, but then he turned off he didn't even say goodbye or anything. He just left. It's like, man, you get all mad at me for not even saying goodbye, but you do it. I mean, come on. What sense does that make? You get all mad at me for not saying goodbye, and then I don't know. And you get all mad because I didn't say have a good night or anything, but when it comes to you think you can do anything you like? Makes no bit of sense. He'll get there. He'll get there eventually. What's going on, Rolel? Happy to see you on here. I'm in my office today, getting some business cards written up. Landscaping is fun, especially whenever you're making money. I just had me some breakfast. Nice hot dog. Heated up in our microwave. Back to work. This is so much fun doing this. The hour, the hourly, however you pronounce that, the hourly rate or something that I would normally, do is about 20 hours a day. but possibly we don't do hourly late rates. Us landscapers, but I don't even do an hour we wait. I don't even do that. You know what I mean? Minimum wage. I will discuss minimum wage. Minimum wage. I would like to make at least $20, possibly a week, or possibly $25 a week. But really, the highest I want to make at least $69 a week. At least that's the minimum one. That's the minimum, max. The maximum that I would least want to make is at least $25 a week. So, but the maximum minimum wage that I really, really, really prefer to make is at least 69 or whatever I said before. But I'm pretty sure it was $69 a week. That's the minimum wage, and the least is 20 to 25. That's my least one that I would want to make. So, and you might all ask me, why is that? Well, more money for me makes me rich. So, and like I said, with the pricing and the price range, you want to make sure you're charging the right amount of money that you're really, really making. And if you're making it enough to where you can actually hire an employee and take on another employee, do it. I'm not going to say not to do it, but I mean, if you feel that you can afford them, hire them, take them on. But the hourly rate for me is $69 a week. That's the hourly rate, and stuff like that for me. Minimum wage, same thing, $69 a week, maybe 79, but it's got to be you got to be fair with your pricing though, and you got to make sure that you're pricing not too high and not too cheap. That's the thing there. But if you're starting out with like an electric push mower, a gas operated weed eater, a gas operated leaf blower, and a battery operated edger, I'm not going to tell you ain't starting off right, because you actually are starting off right. But you want to make sure that in the landscaping long run, or the lawn care long run, that you're making as much money that you possibly want to make. But you just want to make sure it's a fair price, not too cheap, not too high, where they allow you to do work. Now, I'm not going to say get up and work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody going to want to hear noise that early. Plus, it's still dark at that time. So I would at least wait until 7, maybe 8 o'clock to do any type of work. Because ain't nobody going to want you at their house at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning to do any work. Because for one, you'll probably get the law called on you. And it wouldn't look good. So, ain't nobody in their right mind is actually going to go and do yard work at 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. Shoot, it wouldn't be me either. So I would at least wait until about 7 or 8 o'clock to start. Now I'm not going to tell you to wait until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon during the summertime because that's too hot. But the earliest that I would actually start was about 7 or 8. But no later than that. No later than that. And you want to work every day. You don't want to work once a month. That's another thing. Yeah, you want to work every day of the week. You don't want to work once a month. That's just me being honest. And I'm gonna tell you, during the summer, you're gonna at least be mowing every day. Um, when stuff starts slowing down, it's gonna be every 2 weeks. But then during the winter, you're not gonna be mowing at all because that's everything's gonna be dead. Basically, if you're mowing during this, it's gonna be nothing but pure dust, and you don't want to be mowing dust. So it's just, but but yeah, hourly late would be what I've been telling you. But you could actually, with a lawn care company and business name, you could actually make a ton of money. But you just want to make sure that the career is going to be, and make sure that you're not going to take down a plant or something with a weed eater. That's just approximately. So, you know what I mean? You're just going to have to approximately, do what you got to do. And then, but at least when you do a job start to finish, it would look good on you, and it would look good for the client or the customer that you're working for. You just approximately, you see what I'm saying? So you see, I write business cards down. Like, I make the business cards with everything that they need to know, and then I cut them out and put them in a binder, and then I go and ride around the neighborhood or whatever. And approximately, you do not want to walk up on the guy's property or whatever, and especially you want to look out for these signs. No trespassing. No trespassing. Private property. Uh, Another sign you would want to look out for is no soliciting and stuff like that. But I mean, if you if they don't have a sign, so be it. Go do what you got to do. But if they have a sign, God only knows. Do not go on the property. Okay, don't do it. I'm not gonna lie to you all on here, but I have done that, been there, and it wasn't good. But uh, I'm gonna just tell you guys from start to finish that I love everybody that watches. I mean, I love it. I love that everybody's giving me content. I love that everybody's getting on here and giving me comments all through the live stream. I just love it all. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you and say, "Oh, I hate this," because I love it for my career. I love it for the business that I do this for the people, okay, that are watching. I don't do it for me. I don't do it for my family. I don't do it for the house. I do it for me because it's part of my career. Now, what I do want to do is I want to get a GoPro. And whenever I'm out there working, I could have it strapped to me and I could show you all the work that I do, all the business that I do. You guys can just watch this company grow. But I got to make the money first before I do anything like that. See what I'm saying? So you got to do what you got to do from a business and from the start to finish. From start to finish, it's going to look good on you. And it's not going to look, yeah, I mean, it'll look good, but it's got to be start to finish here. It's got to be from your start and from your per se. So it's it's what it's whether you like or don't like. But half of the majority, people are going to like the content that you're making. They're going to like the progress that you're making. And they're just going to call you and say, "Hey, I want my yard done. Can you do it today? Can you do it the next day? Can you do it tomorrow?" You want to be right on top of it. So, with that, and you want to be honest with people. You don't want to sit there and lie. Oh, if they try to give you something like, "Have you ever done tree work?" You don't want to say, "Yeah, I've done it." You want to be honest. "No, I've never done a tree." Stuff like that. "Have you ever done mulch?" "Yeah." And then they give you a bag of mulch and then you try to lay it down. And that's not what they wanted. They're like, "Oh, no." And then they caught you in a lie. So here's the thing. Once you tell one lie, you got to tell 10 more lies to cover one. So the hardest thing for you is to not to lie. The easiest thing is tell the truth. It'll get you, if you tell the truth to people, it won't get you in trouble. But if you lie to people, it'll get you in trouble. And that's the same with telling a lie to a law enforcement officer. You tell a lie to a law enforcement officer, they'll take you to jail. So if you give them a false name, that's the same thing. You'll go to jail. So you just want to, I just I try to talk safety. Okay, I talk safety to y'all. That's all I'm here for. Okay, even though I'm a yard guy and I do yards for a living, I'm here to talk the truth to you. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to tell the truth to you. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're charging the right amount of money. So you also want to make sure that you're doing the right amount of money. You want to make sure it's not too cheap, it's not too low. You want to make sure it's right there. You want to make sure you're being honest with your clients and you're not lying to them. That's with anybody, not just clients and stuff like that. So, what you got to do is stay with honesty. Honesty will get you to a lot of places. It will get you from start to finish to where you need to be. Again, I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to talk the truth to y'all. So you got to watch. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do, because otherwise, if you're lying to somebody, you got to tell, like I said, you got to tell 10 lies to cover the one. Been there, done that. I've been there and done that. And I'm going to tell you one thing, to tell you the truth. Before I actually log off of here, I'm going to tell you from straight up to start to finish, even though I'm a yard guy, but I still go to church and stuff whenever I find time to go, is that Jesus loves you. But what he doesn't like is hate. He doesn't like ugly. He likes when people go to church and do the right thing to keep people out of trouble. That's what he likes. God likes when you're doing the right thing and going to church and staying out of trouble. That's what he likes. What I like is a whole nother story. It's landscaping. I wouldn't want to work anywhere else besides landscaping and doing lawn care. Lawn care is my footsteps that I want to take in the long run. The long run is to follow and keep going with what I'm doing here today. Making these business cards, filling them out, putting them in a darn binder, and going out and trying to get business. I'm not sitting in here playing video games all day. Notice I'm not in here just playing on a computer. I'm in here doing what I need to do to make my business grow. You got to do what you got to do. Say, the other day, I went out with a friend named Joseph. We went out and gave some business cards and whatnot. And I told the guy, I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't got a truck. I ain't got a trailer. But I do have a bike with a trailer. That gets me the jobs to jobs. And he said, well, hey, that's something. And you got to do what you got to do. So notice I'm not struggling because I'm not letting anything stop me. I'm still capable to work. You say, where do you want to work at? Well, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I don't want to be working inside of any store. I much rather be working outdoors, doing people's yards, making them happy. That's what I'm happy with doing in the long run. And I'm hoping that I can stay with this company that I have now on my head. And it just grows. God forbid, I'm hoping and praying to the good Lord that he'll be able to help me save money to get a truck, a license, a truck with a trailer, a lawnmower, and a trailer with racks, with equipment racks. Prayers are good for people. I'm just going to tell you that to be from the get-go. Praying is good for you. Pray every night and the Lord will help you. He will touch you. Especially if there's something that you don't know, you can Google it. Even though they didn't have phones back in the day, Google search will help you with just about anything. God forbid it. That's what YouTube is for. If you don't know anything, look it up on YouTube. YouTube will help you. The slow progress that you make will help you in the long run. There's people that are out there in the world struggling. They don't even have food. They don't have a house. And I pray for them every day. I hope that the good Lord touches them and helps them out. I don't wish them nothing. The people that I see that are homeless, I pray for them every day. I don't wish nobody harm. I don't. That's just not my style. But I wish them the best luck. That's just the best thing here that I can say to y'all today here in the office. Church is a good thing for y'all. So if you're not going to church now, take my advice. Start going. If there's somebody on here that's not saved, I would highly suggest you go to church and let a preacher talk to you. Take my advice. Hopefully, I did a great job talking today. Because what I just said, I meant. What I just said on here, I meant every little bit of it. I'm just going to tell you from the get go and from the start. That all that I just said, I did mean very seriously. So, I'm here to help anybody. I'm being honest. I'm here to help anybody that needs it. If there's anybody out there that doesn't have a Bible, I say you can try to find one. There could be places out there that has Bibles, and you can possibly get one. So there's a slow progress that you can make in between. But I'm hoping that I kind of did great today, because the stuff that I actually come on here and talked about, I actually meant every little bit of it. And I God bless all of you for watching. Maybe you can help me, guys. I hope that you guys can help me make this business grow. I hope any of you that are out here watching this business or my company grow. I hope that every one of you help me get this business to grow. But here's the thing. If you don't have a job or a career, start looking. There's anybody out there in the world that is hiring, I guarantee. I'm not yet, because I'm not ready for no employees yet. But when I do start hiring, every one of you out there that's watching me will know. You guys will be the first people that finds out that I'm hiring. But I'm going to tell you from the get-go and from the start, I'm not hiring yet. But I'll get there. Just not yet. I hope that every one of you that have watched this video gets you guys to actually start looking at churches and looking into going. Because there's a preacher out there, get this, there's a preacher out there that will get you saved. Start to finish. Yep, there is a preacher out there that will get you where you need to be. I guarantee you. If you're not there now, I will say, honestly, you need to get there. But I'm going to do this closing, and hopefully that you guys will go to churches and get you guys saved, because like I said, every little bit of this I have met. Even if you're not interested in the churches, well, at least you got me to watch. But it's not all the time that I'll be able to discuss how good Jesus is. It's not all the time I'll be able to tell you guys how good God is. But He's got us in the long run right where we need to be. So, all right. Well, I'm going to do this closing. And God bless every one of you. Every one of you. And I'm not saying this to joke around, but every single one of you that have watched this YouTube channel live, I appreciate it. I really, truly do. God bless y'all. Have a great day. I'll see you guys back on here Thursday, the 5th, when it's my birthday. So you guys could just stay tuned for more oncoming live videos. This is Cardinal on Life, cutting out short. It wasn't real short today. It's coming on 11 o'clock, and it was a good hour for this to take place. And again, I hope everything that I've said helps you guys in the long run. But y'all stay tuned for more YouTube videos, and I will be in contact with y'all within a few days. There's Cardinal on Life phone numbers there, so you just seen it. So all right, y'all, have a great day.